This is a special dedication to my beautiful Providence. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love my Providence. 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 I love my Providence.
Welcome to My Providence. This space is created for your delight and to show you how wonderful is Old Providence and Catalina. Today we are in Freshwater Bay, the touristical section of the island and also the section of our dam that carry water to all the homes in My Providence.
Trees, hold them dancing, hold them shaking, with the music, with the music. This is just the beginning of a beautiful day in beautiful Providence. Hear this? Yeah! I love my Providence.
Freshwater Bay is well recognized as the most important tourism section of the municipality of Old Providence. Here is where you find the majority of lodgings, and they are owned in a high percentage by native people. This place is the most for those that wear a just married tag, and also for who want to spend a second or why not a third honeymoon.
Freshwater Bay and so it's beef on the case. But I'm host people always smiling, yes. And all the rest from the whole Providence. This sun is too short, but you are the best. And me can't let for me people from Catalina, or if you prefer Santa.
My Providence is in Freshwater Bay, and we are sitting here with Captain Antonio Bryan. He is a well-known man of this section, a retired captain, and he is the owner of a traditional tourism business in this section. Mr. Antonio, welcome to My Providence, and tell us a little bit what you remember about the Freshwater Bay from yesterday.
My remembrance about Freshwater Bay was a place that from all over the island they used to come to Freshwater Bay and look for water, because Freshwater Bay was one of the only place that had water. They used to come and take water for cattle, for washing, for all different service. In my youth, we used to raise pigs, cows, horse, all different type of animal. We used to do home farming, the thing that produce on the island. And we used to work in unity. Everybody used to call it partnership. You go with me and clean my place, I go with you and clean my place. Everybody was friend, everybody was in unit. After that, growing up, I used to go to my father. He was a sea captain, and I used to go along with him. Well, my aim was to take that for my living, and when you decide to take something for your living, you have to try and get to the top. In Freshwater Bay was only one family, was only the Huffington. My mother was Huffington Watson. My father was Brian. He descended from Southwest Bay. But it was only one family. It was four or five brothers and sisters. And after that, well, outsiders coming in and married to those family, and well, Freshwater Bay grew. Years passed, and I used to go out working on boats and ship and different places. I come back in. And I come back in, I had a little house on the beach. In the 60s, when there was first putting up the water system, my father rented to the engineer, and that's how tourists had begun in the island. After he leave it, other people come and rent, and I came home in '74, and I see what was the progress for Freshwater Bay, and I built 3 little cabins, and I went back out. I came back in years after, and I see it was moving, and then I built other cabins, and it worked, and I started, and then other people begin building, and that's how Freshwater Bay become a tourist center. Today, as a tourist center, Freshwater Bay, you can call it almost abandoned. You can look on the road and you can just think from that the situation of Freshwater Bay. When it rains, the road look like a lagoon. The water settle on the road, nowhere to run go. It have a trench in the middle of the road that they cut, say we would building a sewage system. And today that is abandoned and no one looking about it. And I think the national government, the municipal government and the departmental government should really come and look on it and try to do something for it, to Freshwater Bay.
Captain Tony, tell us about the shop and business in this section when you was a little boy.
The only shop that was in Freshwater Bay was belonging to my father. He had a shop from I was a child until the day he died. He still had a little business in his house. I used to come from Southwest Bay, from Lazy Hill, and from Freshwater Bay. Everybody used to come because it was the only shop around in the area. He had that shop from, we was a little boy, he was a sea captain and my mother used to attend it. And after he gave up sea, he continued with it.
Thank you, Captain, for this wonderful interview.
Thank you all very much for this opportunity to express myself about this problem that we have in Freshwater Bay. And I hope with this interview, we might be able to do something towards it. Thank you very much.
And you, my TV viewers, don't move because My Providence magazine soon come back with plenty more for you.
I love my Providence. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a special dedication to my beautiful Providence. Yeah, yeah.
Hi TV viewers, My Providence is still in Freshwater Bay. We are here with Mr. Luis Humberto Arenas McLaughlin, well known as Sonny Arenas. He is a native of the section of Freshwater Bay. Mr. Sonny, welcome to My Providence and tell us what you remember most of Freshwater Bay when you was young.
Well, to commence with, Freshwater Bay was the last part of the island during my young days. Freshwater Bay was possibly the only section of the land that had constant, permanent fresh water to drink. So during the dry, all the people then from town and Ketlina, Old Town and Bottom Southwest Bay used to go to Freshwater Bay to get fresh water that they could drink. And we still have that there because in Freshwater Bay there is a repressor actually that the whole community of Providence get fresh water from there. I remember those days that there was no road, there was no light, and things was very difficult there for us. We were very poor people. We used to live off of exploiting coconut and on our farm, planting different kind of bread kind in the island, in the section. And true, we had water, and it always be a cool place. We used to get a good production there in the island. To that day, well, it become a tourist center, or the best tourist center of Providence, and we are trying to embrace that opportunity of the tourists there.
Mr. Sonny, you as a tourist, as a person who have a touristical business in this section, how you see tourism and what do you believe Freshwater Bay need to better the service to the visitors and also to the local people?
Just since this year's 2010, tourism has grown a little bit down there. All these years behind was very difficult to live off tourism. I almost give it up, but it grew a little bit this year, and we have a lot of expectation there. But there's a lot of things there that we have to better, starting from the road. We don't have a road in Freshwater Bay since the last 5 years, 5 or 6 years. From the last past administration, they contract the road, and it had passed about two or three different contractors, and none of them haven't finished it as yet. Plenty people believe that it's the local government who have to do that work, but this work is from Bogota, from Envias, and like they don't care nothing about this work here. So we are just there pending. Besides that, we don't have a good communication in Freshwater Bay. The satellite phone them and the different line, the TV, national TV, local TV, we are not getting no signal at all in Freshwater Bay. So the tourists them have to see Mexican station or American station or other station through the cable television. And I don't think when the tourists come here, that is really what we should show them. We should show them our local TV and our national TV, which we cannot see.
Mr. Sonny, tell us a little bit about the traditional families of the section, how the family life used to be first time.
Well, Freshwater Bay, from ever since I know or can remember, was dominated by the Huffington them. Come down from Selwyn Huffington, come right back down to our days now. We really not, we don't carry the title Huffington, but we have the Huffington blood in us. My mother was McLaughlin Huffington. And all the family, native family that in Freshwater Bay belongs to the Huffington family. Lately now we've been having a different mixture of people and culture language, because we have a lot of Colombian Spaniards that come in, and about 50% or more of the inhabitants of Freshwater Bay now is taken over by Colombian Panya, as we call them. No? But anyway, the native, the Huffington, them still domineering the property in Freshwater Bay. We have the majority of the land down there, and we are not good people for selling our property. We try to conserve what we inherit from our old parents them, because definitely that's the only thing that we have to remember them, and that they give to us to live off, and so we have to try to make the best out of it and keep it for our children. And if it was a way that we could do that, could make out some kind of a document or something that those land should never be sold to no one else, but it should pass from inheritance to inheritance, that would be the best thing for us. But I don't know if the Colombian law permit that you can make it in that way.
Mr. Sonny, people from my Providence want to know how Freshwater Bay used to be first time in commerce and business.
Well, as I can remember, there was only one little shop in Freshwater Bay, was owned by Captain Antonio Bryan. He had a little boat named the Mary 12, and they used to take we used to live off of the coconut. We make copra and send to Cartagena and buy flour and sugar and different food stuff. And then what we couldn't buy there, we would buy it there from Captain John. Captain John is the same Antonio Bryan Sr. who died, and that was the way we lived. We used to have to come to town on horse or in canoe to get the things them that Captain Antonio Bryan didn't have down there. Wasn't very easy, but it still was a particular way of living. And to that day, even we have more facility